See, the Lighthouse concept is introduced by the WEF, that is World Economic Forum, which is based at Davos, Switzerland. So, Lighthouse concept is to make sure that we enrich the experience in the digitization and automation in the various industry, whether it is pharma, automobile, or any engineering industries. So basically, any organization who has demonstrated the Industry 4.0 IR revolution, that is industry revolution in terms of the digitization or automations, WF do an assessment. So there are, in a year, there are 2 times assessment happens. The more than 1,000 application goes to the WF, who has generated the couple of use cases. These use cases are digital use cases, which has an impact on the cost, productivity, quality, and sustainability. So out of 1,000, they scrutinize, let's say 100, and out of 100, they do a 10 assessment in person. So that's called as a Lighthouse accreditation. There are various Lighthouse. It can be a manufacturing Lighthouse. It can be a sustainability Lighthouse. There are various Lighthouse. And what I am focusing today is it's a manufacturing Lighthouse accreditation by the WF. But this helps us to grow the industry in terms of digitization, in terms of automations, which is a need of our today. Yeah, I think the organization who has a big vision on the digitization part, generally they participate. Many organization has done a participations. You might have heard Cipla and Dr. Reddy, they got the first Lighthouse in the pharma in a generic area. And fortunately, I was the lead for Cipla to get that accreditations, who has presented to the WF. So basically, one is the mindset, digital mindset. Second is the digital capability. Third is your digital maturity. Basically, you need to have that vision of digital for the future to make sure that we go for the data-driven decision. You imbibe that culture on the shop floor. So all your operation end to end, starting from supply chain, warehouse, manufacturing, quality, and the dispatches, everything is synced within digitizations. So you get an advantage of all the data at one single stage, or a truth of data through a electronic system or digitization system. I think the key achievements that typically one of the Lighthouse, what I experience and what I lead, I see a 30% improvement in the productivity, 27% improvement in the quality. When I say quality, is the process robustness, product robustness, and sustainability, almost 20 to 30% improvement. So altogether, I see improvement in the cost, quality, productivity, and sustainability. Now, how it happens, there are the different use cases. What we plan for that, whether it is utility management, whether it is quality management, whether it is a recipe creation, whether it is MRO for your purchasing, that MRO sits on any purchasing tool like SAP Ariba, or whether it is Coupa, that helps us to do NLP based selection of the vendor, so you save a lot. Basically, when you decide to go for a Lighthouse, it is not a simple like you go and apply and you get an accreditations. Basically, it's a 2 to 3 year journey for any size of the organization. And in our case, like we used to have 43 plants, but we didn't wait for all 43. We, based on the maturity, digital maturity of the plant, we selected a plant where our digital maturity is better. When I say digital maturity, means my hardware and my software, is my equipments are capable to get the data, so that it will loop into the analytics. We call it as a DAA, Digital Advanced Analytics. So based on the digital maturity, we selected the plant. So that was a big task, that out of 43, which one we should go for the Lighthouse journey. And based on that, then we did the assessment like IT, OT, and IoT assessment, where you are and what are the maturity you need to travel all the way for the journey. The couple of things is the team is one of the thing where you have to be on top of that. You need to have a very good team to create this journey. So creating data analysts, data scientists, data engineer was a tough. How we select them, how we retain them, that was one of the challenges. The technology is available in the market, but how we synchronize this, how we integrate this into the one single digital platform, that was a challenge. So I will say one is the people, that is a skill set. Second is all the technology in single platform. Basically, once you define the use cases, right? Very important is that all these use cases, when you implement it, you absorb them horizontally. Like let's say you have n number of plants. How we deploy this throughout the organization to get the larger benefit. But since the technologies are changing, how we integrate into the single platform, that is very, very important. I think reskilling, introduction of the new skill into your current fabric, it's very, very important to make sure that you absorb, you understand, you implement, and you sustain throughout the life of the product. I think many company understood the importance of this. This is more than an accreditation. So this is just not an accreditation itself. People realize that this is the need of the hour, whether it is regulatory requirement, facing an audit. See, one typical pharma plant has a 700,000 of papers, so 7 lakh paper. So there is a need of moving from paperless to electronic systems. Now, it is not an easy. If you go for EBMR or EBPR, you need to have your equipments which is well equipped to get the data. All this data can goes into the systems. Then only you can take an advantage. So, in nutshell, I want to say regulatory perspective, user perspective, your throughput, efficiency perspective, meeting the top quartile or top decile performance in all the area, productivity, cost, quality. I think it is very, very important. And irrespective of the big size, mid size or low size, many people are approaching for this.